In the wild, the story of strength isn't just about the predator. Sometimes the hunted is a giant. A weary elephant, exhausted after a life-or-death battle, faces its greatest danger, solitude. When a colossal python attacks, it seems all is lost. But then, from the most unexpected place, a strange and courageous alliance emerges to change its fate. This is a story of bravery that transcends all boundaries. Against the vibrant, golden backdrop of the African savanna, where the sun burns bright and time seems to stand still, our story begins. There is no sight more majestic than a herd of elephants moving slowly and rhythmically across the plains. They are the architects of the landscape, gentle giants who have shaped this ecosystem for millennia. But even the greatest creatures are not immune to life's harshness. Among them is a bull elephant, a seasoned leader who carries the weight of a recent confrontation. His body no longer exudes its usual imposing aura. Instead, there is a palpable fatigue, his heavy steps as if struggling against his own gravity. If you observe closely, you will see a difference in his movements. His eyes, once so sharp, now appear weary, and every breath is labored. The battle with the lion, though victorious, left invisible wounds, exhaustion, pain, and an unintentional distance from his herd. Elephants are communal creatures. Their safety lies in numbers. But his slowness, even for a moment, is enough for him to be gradually left behind. He walks on a thin line where the instinct to survive and sheer exhaustion are in a constant struggle. This story isn't just about a colossal animal. It's about the fragility we all face when confronted with challenges beyond our limits. And when he wanders into an open, unprotected space, tragedy seems predetermined. Life here is a drama with no audience, where every action has a consequence. Beneath the rustling dry grass, a giant shadow lurks, patient and silent. The African rock python, a stealthy assassin, has been waiting for this moment. It does not attack with explosive force, but with patience and the ability to exploit its prey's weaknesses. We stand before a big question. Is the strength of a solitary creature enough to withstand a hunter born to win by constriction? After the grueling battle, the old bull elephant continues his solitary journey, his steps heavy and slow. He is no longer the invincible creature of the savannah, but a vulnerable individual, slowly falling behind his herd. And then, the moment that this harsh nature has been waiting for arrives. From the bushes, a massive African rock python shoots out like an arrow. It is not in a hurry, but every movement contains a deadly force. The first coil, firm and cold, wraps around the elephant's leg. Then comes the second, the third, until its entire colossal body is shackled by a living chain. The elephant's roar echoes across the dry plains, a sound of pain, of helplessness, and of a desperate plea for help. It is not just the cry of an individual, but the sound of life fighting against death. It's hard to believe that a magnificent elephant, with the strength to topple an old acacia tree, could be subdued by a creature without bones. But that is the truth. Science has proven that an African rock python can exert up to 90 pounds of pressure per square inch. They don't crush bones. They constrict the chest, preventing the prey from breathing. The more it struggles, the tighter the coils become. This is not a fair fight, but a battle of wills, where the python only has to wait, and the elephant must fight against its own fatigue and pain. As the coils tighten, the elephant's roar grows more mournful. It is a final prayer to an indifferent world. Will anyone listen? Does anyone care about the fate of a solitary individual? The answer seems so clear. Life here is very cold. But sometimes, even when all hope seems lost, a miracle appears from the most unexpected of places. In the wilderness, the relationship between species is often defined by the boundaries of predator and prey. But sometimes, a sound of pain is powerful enough to blur those lines. The elephant's cry for help pierced the air, and it was heard. Not by its herd, but by a group of entirely different creatures, a troop of baboons. These baboons are known for their ferocity and strong territorial instincts. They are fearless warriors, but their actions today went beyond the usual self-preservation. Upon hearing the distress call, they did not run or hide. Instead, they gathered, creating a rare and unified front. In a flash, the entire troop of baboons rushed to the scene. It was a chaotic and astonishing sight. Some climbed onto the elephant's back, bravely pulling and tugging the python's body, trying to loosen its grip. Others on the ground were no less daring, holding the python's body and pulling hard. This was not just a brave act, but a calculated intervention. Within a baboon troop, every member has a role. The alpha male leads, the female support, and the young are always protected. In that moment, their family had expanded to include a giant creature in danger. They decided that this was not just the elephant's fight, but a fight for all of them. The confrontation unfolded between one side's destructive power and the other's incredible spirit of war. The python's coils held tight, but the resounding cries and determined pulls of the baboon troop created an unexpected resistance. This was a dramatic struggle where life and death were in a fierce tug of war. Would the baboons' courage be enough to defeat the python's strength? The African savanna has become an arena for a life-or-death tussle. The python, the silent and patient hunter, now faced a completely unexpected threat. Its coils were still powerful, but the continuous attacks from the baboon troop had made it confused and distracted. The scene was truly chaotic, but also inspiring. The baboons not only pulled and tugged, but they also showed surprising intelligence. Some quickly picked up stones and dry branches, using them as tools. Their screams were not just battle cries, but a coordinated tactic. Shouting, they used stones and sticks to strike the python's body. The combination of the elephant's painful grunts, the baboon's fierce shouts, and the loud thuds of the stones created a breathless moment. The python began to writhe, its massive body contracting and expanding in pain. Every blow, every pull, was a testament to the baboon's unwavering determination. The coils, once as hard as steel, slowly began to loosen. The elephant, sensing the change, used its last ounce of strength to push back. It couldn't free itself completely, but this struggle had changed the tide. The pressure from both sides, the python's constriction and the baboon's pulls, created a breaking point. The python, finally realizing this prey was not worth the risk, gave in. In one decisive moment, it released its hold and slithered into the bushes. The intense scene quickly ended. The elephant collapsed, exhausted but safe. The baboon troop cheered loudly, jumping with joy around their newly rescued giant friend. Their actions were not just a victory, but a profound expression of empathy and courage. The final scene of this story is not one of battle, but of harmony. A few days later, the bull elephant had recovered. The wounds on its body had healed, but what transpired in its mind, no one can ever know. What is astonishing is that it returned to the area where the baboon troop lived. It did not come to seek protection, but to show gratitude. With its trunk, the elephant gently pulled down an acacia tree. It used its trunk to gather the ripe fruits and carefully placed them on the ground in front of the baboons. It was not a showy repayment, but a simple yet deeply meaningful act. The baboons happily ate the fruit, while the elephant stood silently watching, its eyes shining with gratitude. That moment became a symbol of a special relationship, an unexpected pact between creatures that one would think could never be linked. And as the sun slowly sets, the image of the elephant and the baboons sharing food imprints a valuable lesson on our hearts. The wild is not just a place of endless struggle, but also a place where kindness and unity can overcome all barriers. This story is a vivid testament that even natural adversaries can become allies. It is a gentle reminder that compassion is a great force. It shows us that in a world often defined by conflict, the greatest strength lies in our ability to connect, to protect, and to be grateful. This story has gone beyond the limits of a simple documentary. It has become a tale of kindness, of friendship, and of the hidden beauty of life, where even the smallest hearts can create extraordinary things.